if you give up your rights, I'll take on the kid.
Mhm.
But to be able to have that ability to do,
Option. Yeah,
yeah, I think that
Yeah,
that
that'd
might be
be
kind of cool
cool.
that would be
because
good
it
for.
serves both sides of it.
Hmm. Should men have reproductive rights?
Um, Man, that's tough. I feel like it's kind of an L on the dude. Like if you don't strap up, that's on you. But at the same time, like I feel like as a woman, like you're kind of responsible as well because you kind of let them. So I feel like if there's like some type of like scenario where there's like 50-50 responsibility.
Accountability somewhere.
Yeah.
So this is why I wanted to get back to. I think it needs to be one way or the other. So either that means that the women have abortions and the men have the ability to write off, and the reason why is because then it's fair. That means so like if the girl she's gonna think before she goes and sleeps with the guy because she's gonna be like shit. If I get pregnant with his baby, he can just sign off. So I need to be careful about who I'm sleeping with because you might sleep with the wrong dude and he's just gonna sign his rights away if he got pregnant by you. So it makes women take accountability and say, "Wait, I shouldn't sleep with that person." And then guys, like we're always being held accountable for it, you know. So that makes it fair. But if you do the opposite, like say like you take away like say you take away abortion, it should be that way across the board. Like guys shouldn't have any rights and women shouldn't have any rights. It needs to be one way or the other. Either we both get a right or we both have nothing. You know,
Yeah, I feel that. Like as long as it's like 50-50, because like
it's
to
not fair right
keep
now.
it a buck, like there's two people that go into it. So like it should be 50-50 either way. You know
But
what I
then
mean?
it's only one person who releases it.
But at the same time, like that other individual was like had a part in it.
Like she has an option. Like so, if we both have the right, she has the option to still go get abortion. Like say like she sleeps with the type of guy that is the type of guy that's not going to be a father. He's going to sign his rights away. She still has the option to still go get the abortion. You know, but you can't do that with if you do it the other way around. If you did it the other way around, where she doesn't have abortions but he can sign his rights away, that's unfair. The guy has all the power then. But right now, it's definitely mostly in the women's power because y'all decide everything. Y'all decide if the baby stays or not. Um, I want to know. Oh, no, we still don't have three people for that one. Is a girl a hoe if she gives up sex too early? If she gives it up, or like if she gives it up to you on the first night on the first date, are you gonna think that she's a hoe and not take her seriously?
Not necessarily, because maybe like we talked about earlier, maybe she just had that genuine desire. Feeling the vibe or whatever the case may be. I think if you've got enough wherewithal and enough awareness, you can tell who's got the genuine desire, who really truly likes you, and the ones that are just oh, that they just want to have sex, right?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that's the only way you find genuine desire. What about you, bro?
Nah, if she fucks on the first date, then she's just probably like feeling the vibe. You know what I mean? She likes who you are and stuff like that. I wouldn't consider her a hoe if she did that.
Yeah, it just might mean she really, really likes you.
Right? She has genuine desire.
What do you think? Do you think a girl's a hoe if she sleeps on the first date?
Yeah, I would say no either. I feel like if I was to sleep,
It's
well,
not
honestly,
anymore. Anymore, I don't think she's a hoe anymore. Like maybe 20 years ago or 30 years ago, but it's just not the same. Like
honestly, I had a one night stand for that reason. Like the vibe was so right. Like I don't know. It
you had
was-
genuine desire. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And what about you? Do you
What
think
about
a
you?
girl's a hoe if she has it on the first night?
Nah, I don't think so.
Yeah, no, it's normal. And today it's normal. Maybe
I
20,
bet.
30 years ago it wasn't, but today that's normal as fuck. Um, would you be okay with your spouse having a bisexual past? Let's start with you this time. If you were with a,
No. Right off the bat,
you
no.
can't picture your dude sucking another guy off or
Hell
anything.
no.
You can't do it either. No bisexual
Listen,
men at all.
to know he likes it in the butt. Nah. For real though, that's what I'm thinking about.
Even if it happened 20 years before, you're still like it doesn't matter how long
No.
ago it was. You would call off a whole
That would
wedding.
still be in the back of my head.
What if y'all were getting married
What
and
if
then
he's
right?
cheating on me with the guy?
Okay,
Go back.
but like let's say y'all are getting married. Okay, like you're about to walk down the aisle and he's like, "Babe, I gotta be honest with you about something. I used to do gay porn. I'm sorry. It was 20 years ago. I'm not doing it anymore. It's all scrubbed from the internet. I paid lots of money,
Dang.
but I used to do gay porn. You'd call it off. You call the wedding off. Oh my goodness, guys! That's how serious it is. All right. So guys, would you be okay with your spouse having a bisexual past?
Man, I'm on the fence on that one because sometimes, like when you notice they're bisexual, they tend to be a little bit more promiscuous. So if that's the case, probably not going to take them seriously.
Yeah.
I
So
don't
yeah, it's
know.
a hard one for a
Yeah.
guy. What about you, bro?
I would say no, just because he's more willing to take risk. So I feel like
That's a good way to see
it. She would be more willing to take chances and probably cheat and just do different crazy ass shit. So I would probably say no, to be honest.
Okay, no, that's funny. Men or women, I feel like are really different when it comes to this one sometimes. How long until you move in with somebody?
I don't know that ever happened, but let's just say things are good, right? I would say it'd probably be 3-4 years.
3-4 years. What
'Cause
about
there's
you?
a vetting process, right?
Yeah, that's a long vet.
We'd have to be like significant others. So like probably like kind of like he said, like 3+ years, in my opinion. Because anything before that is just like
It's too soon, man.
it's way too fucking soon. You know what I mean?
Okay. How long till you move in with a guy?
Mm, well, I don't know. From experience, we didn't live with each other until I was like 22, 21. We got together when we were 17. So it was a while.
So 4 or 5 years.
But would you say that like you want to do that again? Like if you got into another serious
I feel
relationship,
like
you'd
it
want
has
to wait
its
3 or 4
pros.
years?
It has its pros and cons of it, just so that you really know what you're getting yourself into, so you really know what your person is like.
Hmm.
But I would say like a year or two.
Okay. And what about you? How long till you
I'd
move in
say
with
like
someone?
3 years.
3 years?
Mhm.
Man, guys, I'm gonna
I
say
have a
something.
question.
Yeah.
What was the cons of it with you moving in with the person?
I just like this company, like the company.
Okay.
Okay.
What you mentioned earlier, like quality time, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is something that probably a lot of people disagree with me on, but I think one of the biggest issues today is that people aren't getting into that commitment, and that's something that you need to get good at. Like it all goes back to provisioning. If guys were providers, if we were all making 150K a year, you could easily have that girl living with you, and she would bring so much to the table. You would be bringing a lot to the table, literally bringing the bacon, and then she would be helping you out in all these different aspects. Or you wait 3 or 4 years and you take care of all those other things on your own while also working full time and doing all this stuff, when you could have a partner at home that's helping you take care of all those things. And a lot of guys in the manosphere get scared of living with a girl, and I understand why. There's a lot of negatives that can come with it, but I like to teach guys that if you start the relationship correctly, you do not have any of those issues that we hear about on the internet every day. All those issues where the women are, taking advantage of them or just really treating them like shit and stuff like that, or cheating on stuff. None of that shit happens if you start the relationship red pilled and you start it, from the start, like this is how it's gonna be. So I want to say to y'all, man, watch out putting something off 3-4 years, because you could because there's very few women that are gonna wait that long. And like like if you have genuine desire and she's doing all the stuff right and you're doing all the stuff right, I truly believe that y'all should move in ASAP, because you're going to save a shit ton of money on rent, especially if she's paying rent somewhere else and you're paying rent somewhere else. You're gonna save a lot on that. And then on top of that, if she's a good girl, she has genuine desire for you, and you're doing all this and you're a true provider, she's gonna bring so much to the table that it's worth the little shit test or whatever bullshit she might put you through. And a lot of guys fear shit tests and fear like the fights. And I really want to teach guys, don't be scared of these arguments and this bullshit. And I understand why. I've been in 4 serious relationships before the one I'm in right now, where I lived with every one of these girls. I lived with every one of them. And trust me, I messed up in lots of shit tests. I failed a lot of shit tests, and I argued back and did a lot of things I shouldn't have done. But now I know how to actually act.
Okay.
So, but most guys, bro, we get into a bad relationship. You argue all the time with your girl. You're like, man, every girl is horrible. Like, I could never live with another girl again because look what this one did. And it's just like, you got to realize, did you do anything wrong? Because sometimes you failed the shit test, or sometimes you didn't react how you were supposed to react. And it's really hard to take accountability every single time and, really be like, wait, did I fuck up or did she fuck up?
Yo, man, you